send them all in and let them
And
do
they'll
the
straighten
import
them all
for you.
out.
Exactly. All right. So, when you came in the room, I suggested you get to Launchpad. The broker and agent support tile in Launchpad will take you to the exact same place as the email support@remaxintegra.com. Please don't hesitate to reach out for this or any other platform that you might be using. They have a full-time staff there. They're ready, willing, and able to help you in every category. And there's even a new text phone number where you can text for support. So take a moment and put this in your phone, name it maybe Remax Support. It's 617-858-8869. That's really spectacular that you can have them at your fingertips even while mobile. And within 10 seconds, you will get an auto response letting you know that they received your request.
That's text only, right?
This is a text-only number. If you did call it by accident, you'd hear a voicemail that said something like, this is just a text number, and that would remind you. But basically, you want to make sure that you put that in your phone so you have it handy. There is also live chat available. Another place to go for information, Remax University, also via Launchpad. It's one of the tiles in the App Store. And all of the webinars we've done on the Leadstreet setup so far have been recorded, and you can watch them again by going there. There's a tab that's been added here under Technology. You see it in the highlighted yellow. You can click on that, and all these videos for Leadstreet topics would drop down, or you could just type in the search bar Leadstreet. If, for instance, you hired somebody new, and as we go through the program, I'll continually say you want to update in Launchpad first. Let's say somebody new came on board, or you came in and you haven't had Launchpad training yet. You've been unable to fit it in your schedule for regardless of the reason, you can type Launchpad in there and all the Launchpad videos would drop down. So Remax University is very powerful. It's 24/7 availability, and it saves you from having to wait to find information. These are nice. They're like 5, 7, 11 minutes maybe. I think the longest one is like an hour or so, and that's if you had to set up the whole office. So in small little increments, you can get these pieces of information clarified. I'll just note, today we talked about, I'll be showing you how to import contacts. This little video, importing contacts, if after I left you were trying to do it and for some reason it didn't seem to be going right, you could click on that and it would literally be a click-by-click walkthrough as to what you need to do, and it would most likely resolve your problem. All right, so not to forget where Remax University is. It's good for everything. This is just a representation of the timing for this Leadstreet rollout. We're in the light green area now, which is considered the soft launch or the preview period. What that means is the system's completely built and active, but the leads have not yet started to come through this platform. They're still coming in through 5 Street until the 27th of September, which is what they call the hard launch. That's when the leads in 5 Street get turned off and they begin coming through the Leadstreet platform. The access to 5 Street, however, is not disconnecting until the date of October 31. So you have another whole month to access 5 Street and all those other capacities. And finally, the Placer contract does not expire until the end of December 2019. It's over a year away. All right, so not to have that on your plate at the moment. I did just mention that Leadstreet leads will start to channel through this product on September 27th. When we talk about importing contacts and I show you that feature and you download the template, it's just an FYI. It's not really written in any directions anywhere, but in the phone number column, if you had phone numbers, It does not import the phone number if it's, or the lead, the contact, if it's got parentheses or dashes in the phone number, it has to be just numerals. Another reason why I mention, if you have these formats that you're dealing with from other areas, keeping in mind all your 5 Street ones are being done for you. But other than that, if you want to bring your Gmail contacts in or your Outlook contacts, and don't have them set up according to that, you can send them to support, ask them to format it, scrub it, either send it back to you for importing or they'll import it for you. All right, we want to make this as easy on you as we possibly can.
Is their email address under the broker support tab?
It is, it'll go directly to them there,
Okay.
or it's support@remaxintegra.com. Let me go back to that slide for you. Support@remaxintegra.com is the email, or the broker and agent support tile on Launchpad, or again, chat, or the text number I mentioned. Completely available for you. Okay, now, when you import your contacts, the email addresses that you're importing become yours exclusively on the 27th, when we go into the hard launch. Exclusivity means if the person, the human being on the other end of that email, were to initiate a lead through our system, you would get that lead because it's your existing relationship, it's your contact. So that could come in and it would say, oh, this person has me registered, I'm gonna go there for my question. So this is a lead capturing product, okay? And the importance of putting all your contacts in there is so you gain exclusivity on those names, on those email addresses. Let's imagine, however, a person with that email gave it out to several people in one MLS area. If it's in a different MLS area, it's not going to be a dupe. But if it's in the same MLS area and you've got 3 people with the same email address, what happens? Well, first of all, they can all upload it, and they can all keep them in their database. You can have them on your drip campaigns, you can be sending them holiday cards, whatever the case may be, and they may be your friend. But somewhere along the line, they did give their email to somebody over here. Whoever imports that email address first gets the lead. It becomes exclusive to them, their computer timestamps the import. But that's if they initiate it through the system. If you have somebody in your database that you're keeping in contact with, and there's somebody, the chances are they're going to pick up the phone and call you because you're somebody they contact a lot and you're keeping in touch. But just to understand the technical basis, that if it's a duplication in the system, nothing's going to say you can't have that email, but the person that inputted it first will get that lead. All right?
How about if support does it for you? How do they find it?
Everything will be imported and timestamped as of the 27th to be exclusive on that date.
But I mean, is it, if they say if 2 people have it and 2 people email to support, is it whoever receives it, it sends it to support first, is timestamp first?
Yeah,
Okay.
because as long as they're importing in the same order in which they're receiving, which is most likely. So again, it's going to be whatever's brought in.
So it's just, they won't know how it got there, just when it goes in.
Exactly.
Are the leads that are the previous leads that went into 5 Street, those are considered contacts and will be transferred over old leads?
As long as it's in your name contact base, like the email is attached to your 5 Street,
Okay.
that's going to it's going to come over as your
So,
contact.
I mean, so old leads that went into 5 Street, somebody contacted you, went into 5 Street, that stays in, that move over?
Yes, I don't know the 5 Street lead process, I
Okay.
just know if that lead made it register as a contact of yours,
Okay.
and it's in your contacts, that's definitely being sent over.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't see how we're any differently.
I mean, because I don't recall ever having to take the step of registering.
That's what I'm
contacts.
saying, I think it just automatically happens.
Okay.
Next, the single page agent websites that we're gonna be filling in, basically, we're gonna be building for you, those changes are up and running now. You don't have to wait for the 27th on those. So they're coming through, and you'll start to see them as they process. A few times during this, you'll notice me say, check the information that was auto-populated on your profile. It just means that whatever was in iFranchise has led to Launchpad and is feeding Leadstreet. Some people that had an old profile with Homes.com might have more information, so you might end up with more auto-populated than somebody else. No problem, we're gonna be checking every line item for accuracy, then filling in any blanks, and when we save it, everybody's on the same page. And finally, on this note, Launchpad before Leadstreet. Launchpad is gonna feed into Leadstreet for some of the profile information. It's only a coincidence, this is alphabetical order, but it's a good way to remember it. You wanna go in that order because the system doesn't work backwards. Launchpad is gonna feed into Leadstreet, but Leadstreet does not feed backwards. So you wanna make sure you updated your profile in Launchpad first, and then we'll do it in Leadstreet. In the situation of your photographs, the photographs don't transfer well. Even if it's the photograph you love and you wanna keep, when it transfers from iFranchise into your Leadstreet platform, it loses quality, and these pictures are going on your website. So what we're saying is, even if it transfers, we want you to upload it clean again. It can be the very same picture, we just want it to the JPEG to have the highest quality it can. So please upload that again when the time comes.
What do you mean upload it again? Say that in picture.
The picture, if you have a picture that was that is auto-populating over from iFranchise,
Got it.
you'll see it. But because it came from a different platform and it had to travel, it loses pixels.
Got it.
So you just wanna upload it clean, you wanna update photo, bring it in clean, and then save it.
Got it.
Even if it's the same picture, you don't have to go get a new picture, just make sure it goes in one directly. Now, the lead distribution. This is really one of the reasons that this platform was changed, because my understanding was during the 5 Street, there was an awful lot of misses, it was really hard to capture, things were expiring in the middle of the night, and that wasn't acceptable, and it wasn't really resolvable apparently. So what they're doing is giving everybody their opportunity to be on this lead distribution. And just wanted to mention here, as we see leads offered to listing agent as number 2, it's natural for us to all say, it's my listing, of course I should get the first lead. And yes, that makes perfect sense. The only thing that trumps that is if you had a person with an existing relationship. So, for instance, it's your listing, of course it's your listing and you should get the lead, but if it's my mother and she wants to buy the house, yes, she's gonna call me. And vice versa. So it makes it a little bit easier to see it that way, that would trump, an existing relationship would trump the listing agent getting it first. And that existing relationship might be that you have that contact in your contact list first. Okay, so all the more reason to get those in. Then if the listing agent wasn't able to accept it or declined it for whatever reason, it then goes through the usual random zip code rotation. And now the timing is gonna be better. Like I said, there was an awful lot of difficulty in capturing the lead when the way they were being spit out before. When this system is turned on, the original offer is going to one agent for 1 hour. That gives ample time for them to respond, accept or decline, before other people start to be given the same lead offer every 15 minutes until it's accepted. Now,
What hours of the day is that?
well, the business hours currently are 9 to 6, and anything that comes in outside those business hours, it's not counting, like it's not gonna expire, it's still gonna wait till you wake up and give you an hour. What you might wanna think about too is, if you're in that 15-minute interval and you're like, oh my gosh, I was in the shower, I only got 15 minutes, that can feel like we're not giving enough thought to the people that are in that pool. But what you really wanna remember is a lead is not just a task on your computer or on your cell phone. It's a human being. It's a customer standing outside of a RE/MAX office going, are you gonna answer the door? or they're on the phone calling in, they're looking in and it's calling all these extensions, are you gonna answer me? Are you gonna answer me? How long does the consumer attention span last these days,
Not long.
right?